I think it's without a doubt that right now one of the stalwarts of the PlayStation brand is its original titles. Specifically, we're talking Horizon, we're talking God of War. These are all system sellers. It's been proven. Um, we're talking the Ghost of Tsushima, which the sequel is coming out soon. Um, but it's also had its own little victories as well. It's got Helldivers, huge last year. Um, we're not talking about some of the other flops that may have come out on the Sony brand, but there's a. It's undeniable that one of the reasons people flock to the PlayStation 5 is because of those original games that they can't get anywhere else. Now, yes, they are releasing them on PC, but much later. Um, so you to get them when they're hot and new, only on the PlayStation.
The Xbox catalog is not vast, but it is varied. I think every Xbox exclusive has its own personality. You have series like Halo, like Forza, like Gears of War. You know, there's an upcoming Fable game. The Xbox brand as a whole and its library of games are varied and they do what they do frequently well. Xbox has also obtained a lot of other games throughout the years that you could call, in some way, an Xbox Studio project. Anything by Activision now, anything by Blizzard, anything by um, Bethesda, Ninja Theory. They've bought these studios, and they're using their talents to create new and innovative games. Um, Now you can find Xbox games on other hardware, which is something that no other publisher, no other hardware manufacturer really does. You can find them on the competitors' hardware. I think Forza Horizon 5 is actually coming out on PS5 very soon. Um, is that a strike against Xbox as a whole? I don't think so. Because that means there's more eyes on the fantastic library of games that Xbox is producing.
So what you're saying is that on the PlayStation 5 you can only get certain games, only get certain great games, or if you go to the Xbox side, you can get them on the PlayStation anyway, all the good ones.
Yeah, but you're going to have to pay more. The special thing about Xbox games, unlike your brand, is that over on the Xbox, whenever a new game comes out, you can play it day one on Game Pass. As long as you have that monthly subscription, $20, you can play the new Forza, the new Indiana Jones, the new Halo, whatever it is you want to play. It's there for free. If that game does decide to come over to your console a couple of years later, you're gonna have to pay the full $60 in order to play it. I don't think your company puts their games out on their subscription service day one, which seems like they're kind of holding them hostage. you
Well,
know?
here's the deal, and we'll talk about value in a little bit. But why not? If you have a good product that you think people will buy, why not sell it? You know, that's like I know that's a
I
crazy idea, but it's like why would you? It's interesting that a company has to give their games away. You know,
we're not. We are selling it for $20 a month through millions
you're
of
selling
users.
the ability to play it,
Mhm.
to stream it almost. Technically, you download it, but still, you're getting the ability to play it. And as soon as you stop paying that, as soon as ooh, I decided I don't want to play these Xbox games because they're kind of trash, and then you take your Game Pass thing away. It's gone. Poof. You technically you don't have any games, right? Yes or
No, I
yes?
wouldn't say that. The average consumer buys only a few games a year, few new games a year.
Oh, here's
Correct.
the talking points.
So,
I love it.
so if we charge $20 a month to play all of our games, then technically we would be making more money through all of our users who may only buy one or two games.
Um, Yeah, I mean, I guess if you're marketing to like a grandpa that says I just want to play a
Oh.
racing game, and maybe a dude bro that just wants to play
Mm.
a sports game, and they're like, well, I'm not going to pay anything else.
Let's.
Maybe. But I think to most of us gamers, especially in our circle, especially to anyone that's listening to this that would care, they don't play just one or two games a year. They like to get a lot of games, and they like to really sink their teeth into some content, which which I think the PlayStation caters to that because you can actually own the games that you want to play.
See, it's funny that he's talking about the types of games and the content, supplied, because we have a small but varied library, and he has a vast library of the same games over and over again. His exclusives are exclusively story driven third person experiences. He doesn't really produce much else. He doesn't give you many options. If you like this one type of game, sure, you could play the PlayStation brand of consoles. But over on our side, we actually try to bring new experiences to our players through some of the greatest selling franchises of all times: Halo, Forza, Minecraft. There's a lot to enjoy over on our side.
The last two, by the way, you can get on the PlayStation. So yeah. When was the last time you were excited to play Halo? I'd like to. When was the last time anyone was like, "Oh, a new Gears of War"? Boy, I'd love to play that. Those Xbox exclusives dwindling. Nobody really. And what about Bethesda? When were they good? Um, Maybe like 10 years ago or something. What was the last good game they ever made? I don't even know. They released a game that was supposed to be like a what was the space one that they just released? It.
Failed.
I'm curious how much money they put into that, and nobody cared. It literally came out and people forgot about it almost instantly. Xbox is a really good place for gaming developers to go die. Like if they're like, we're done
I,
making quality, we're just gonna pack it up and sign up with Microsoft because
we have a
we're
brand new Bethesda game launching this year with Doom: The Dark Ages, and it's very
that's a
people are very excited for it.
that's a fitting name for where the Xbox is at this point. The Dark
I,
Ages.
Also, there's more. I honestly think I have more brand synergy than you have over on your side. Just the other day, we launched a trailer for the brand new Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 plus 4, which is a Activision property, mind you.
Yeah.
And we announced that alongside of it, you can actually play as the Doom Slayer, a Bethesda property, meaning that we're willing to, kind of reach into each other's toolboxes and bring each other's games to life with what we have to offer.
Wow, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 and 4. That's real interesting.
The first one was a big seller.
And it's also on PlayStation. I don't know.
But will it be?
On my games clearly have withstood the test of time. They're still making Final Fantasy
Yeah.
games. Technically, they're on multi-plat, but they come out on PlayStation first. Um, but yeah, those Final Fantasy games, they're still making Final Fantasy VII. That brand is the Final Fantasy VII is so strong of a brand; it's its own brand outside of Final Fantasy. That's how powerful that game is.
See, I think you inflate the number of games you have exclusive to your console by remastering games you've already made over and over, games you can already play.
Um,
Spider-Man, The Last of Us Part 1 and 2, Horizon. No, I'm not done. Days Gone just got a remaster. Remember who wanted Days Gone to come back? It seems like you guys like see whenever you guys actually do make something new and creative, like Astrobot, it won Game of the Year. Congratulations! That's awesome.
Game of the Year.
But It seems like you guys don't do that very often. You seem to re-release the same garbage.
Same. Okay, there's like I've got two problems with what you just said. One, you said the same garbage. Okay, these games are not garbage. The Last of Us. I can't imagine how many Game of the Year awards The Last of Us earned. Same with The Last of Us 2.
How
Same with
many
God of
awards did
War.
Days Gone win, huh?
Days Gone.
Gone?
I didn't mention. Okay, they're not all winners. I'll give you that one. See, I'm conceding a little bit here, but question for you. My other problem is, don't you want the games you love to be in the best possible hardware configurations as
And they
possible?
are. See, unlike you, we don't resell our games. We have backwards compatibility, meaning that you can actually play your original copy of Gears of War 2 if you really wanted to, and we automatically upscale it. We add better frame rate. We do everything you need to do to make that game
The
work.
the ignorancy, the ignorance,
Mm-mm.
the ignorancy is not a word. The ignorance on this side of the debate is absurd. If you listen closely to what he said they bring them back through backwards compatibility and upscale them. I'm not interested in upscales. I'm interested in an HD remaster. The game is built from the
Resales. So that's what you're interested in,
no
is
no no.
reselling.
Well, you're gonna sell it again because people will buy it. Unlike
Why? But why are
Halo,
they
unlike
selling it
Halo
though?
8.
Why?
But
What? Why are they selling The Last of Us again? Right? It's because they have a brand new television show. Why are they selling Horizon again? It's because they have a brand new television show. Why
well,
are they selling
interesting.
Until Dawn again? It's because they have a brand new movie. It's almost like
It's
it's almost like their games are more commercials for the other products they
it's
have
it's
instead of being actual good games.
it's almost like people really love these games that they want to see them grow and expand beyond gaming. They're so good. That wow. Interesting. Huh. Interesting.
Then why not just make a new game instead of reselling the old game to advertise?
They sell plenty of new games. They sell new games, they sell remastered games. It's come over to the PlayStation side. We're having a good time, you know?
Mm, see, it's funny you take a shot at Halo earlier, talking about nobody wants to play Halo.
Yeah.
Halo has a very active online community that still gets updated to this day.
I
Let's
wonder
talk about Concord. Let's talk about Concord.
let's not
You're
talk
see
about that.
Halo's free to play now. Let's talk about Concord. What happened
Let's
to your free to play shooter game? Can you tell me? You know what
Helldivers?
happened?
Helldivers, it's great. They're
No.
constantly
Let's
updating.
talk about no. That's not free to play. Let's talk about Concord.
Um uh Helldivers is doing great, and it's constantly evolving. I think everyone's really excited about Helldivers. I don't have any record about a game called Concord. There's nothing in here about it.